I took this picture in February 2010. It's a canal basin which is situated on the, I think it's Pontypool to Monmouth canal system, which runs through Brecon. That's in South Wales in the UK. As I say, it's a canal basin where people moor their boats over winter. You can see some there. No, not as close as that. Let's zoom out a bit. They are just scrolling round, and there's the actual canal running along that area there. There's a narrow boat sort of moored up, somebody living on board, and you can see some smoke coming out there as they try to keep warm. That is ice on the water. And it was this part of the picture here that gave me an idea. I thought, how about adding a little bit more mist, a little bit more fog to the image. The lighting was coming through in that direction, and I just thought a pool of mist in there would look pretty good. Okay, so let's see how we can go about creating that misty look. We're going to put in a new empty layer. Coming across the toolbox, we need to ensure that we've got the default colours of black and white. So I'm going to press D on the keyboard. There they are. They are now restored. Clicking on the little icon immediately below the default colours, or pressing Q on the keyboard, you'll notice the way it's gone from a light blue to a grey on the layers panel, and the title bar is telling us it's in quick mask. So we're now working with quick mask. We're going to go to filter. We're going to go to, where are we going to go to? We're going to go to render. We're going to come on clouds. There you are. Global warming does exist. A little bit on the red side, but just pressing Q on the keyboard again will bring up a selection. Now, this selection we're going to fill with white. White is our background color. We're going to press Command Delete. That's Command Delete, or Control Backspace on a PC. That's Control and Backspace on a PC, which fills the selection with white. Command or Control D will deselect, and there is our mist or fog. But we can take it a stage further. We're going to go to Filter, Blur, dropping down to Motion Blur, and when it opens, let's just sort of twiddle these around a bit, and when it opens, just bring the angle to something, around about the 0. It doesn't have to be exactly 0. That's pretty good there. Now, taking the distance slider across, as you pull it to the right, you can see we begin to get this sort of blotchy look, quite like that. You can even take it further. You can take it all the way and get that really sort of hazy look. Entirely up to you and the sort of picture you're working with. I'm going to bring it back a little bit, something in that region there. Looks pretty good for what I'm after. We're going to click OK. Right, now you could leave it like that. You might think, yeah, you can have some real foggy look, or we can come down, we can put in a layer mask coming across. We got our default colors. We're going to pick up the gradient tool, clicking on the second one in, that's the radial gradient, clicking in the window, making sure it is foreground to transparent, has to be foreground to transparent, dropping the opacity to, I don't know, let's go to about 70% by pressing 7 on the keyboard, clicking down, just dragging it out. Just going to take the mist out of the area of the sky like this. Just want to keep it down amongst the trees. Just a bit of low-lying mist, such like that. That looks pretty good. Going to drop the opacity down to 30% now by just simply pressing 3 on the keyboard, coming down around the side, and going down to 20% by pressing 2 on the keyboard, just to take a little bit off the bottom there. And around this side here, I'm just going to take a bit more because the sunlight's coming through the trees there, and I just want to make sure we capture that, and perhaps just pulling that a little bit to soften those edges off around there. Something like that would be pretty good. Perhaps I want to put a bit more mist in like this, so I just press X on the keyboard, so we've now got white. I like that. Right, the next stage is coming to the opacity slider on the layers panel. You can now drop the opacity back until it fits in with the look that you're after, and you may just want a soft look like that. Something like that looks pretty good. You can see there's the before, there's the after, even if I do it the right way around. But there you are. It just gives it a really nice sort of misty look, and of course it's fully adjustable using the opacity slider. So there you go. Let's just pop this onto a black background. What I've actually done is I've taken this a stage further. There's a downloadable video. You'll find that on my website. The address is down on the bottom, around about that area there. We start off with that's a big picture, not so big as that. Let's just pop it, there it is there. We start off with a raw file, so we go through camera raw, we correct all the exposure, we correct the white balance, everything else. We come out with the picture that we actually started with here, so that's finished after going through Camera Raw, and then we then take it through. There's another big picture. We now go away. We now come to this one, which is given this misty effect. Used roughly the same technique, but I did take it a stage further with a few other filters, as well as bringing in the sunlight from the side there and darkening down the sky a little bit more. This whole thing is completely adjustable, with the advantage you can take it back into Camera Raw to make further sort of changes again. But that's all on the downloadable video. This is the one for the online video. There it is, there in the mist in place. Go on, give it a try. Until the next time, happy imaging and take care.